Welcome to the Break Room Balladeer, the series where I interview small business owners and professionals and then write a song inspired by their story and their industry. Today I speak with Jillian Jones, a certified divorce financial analyst, and release my song, What's After. Enjoy the interview and the music. Thanks for watching. It's the Break Room Balladeer. Hey everybody, this is Jeremiah Craig. Welcome to another episode of Break Room Balladeer. Today I am with Jillian Jones of Supportive Divorce Solutions, and this is a really interesting Break Room Balladeer episode for me, just because I haven't really experienced anything regarding divorce in my life, and it's a very strange thing to approach for me because everything around it just seems negative every time you approach it with somebody or hearing stories about it, but really that's not always the case.
Right, absolutely. I mean, you think of divorce, it's something that no one wants to talk about. Even with people's family members, their best friends, if they're thinking about a divorce or going through a divorce, it's like a hush topic. Yet almost 50% of the population, those that get married, of course, end up divorced. And it's a major life changer. Financially, which is what I do, I'm all about the finances, a certified divorce financial analyst. It's probably going to be the biggest financial change of your life. So you need that advice, you need that support, you need to know what's going on and get some education on it, because the rest of your life, the rest of your children's life is going to be dependent on how everything shakes out before you sign on that dotted line.
Do you find that the money end of it is sort of the secondary thought process that takes people by surprise when they go through divorce? It's just like, all right, I need to end this relationship and let's move on with our lives. But then this financial just hound ends up following them throughout the process. Is that sort of overwhelming for them and a surprise?
Yes, it's very overwhelming. So number one, a lot of times people want to get a divorce and they should be divorced, but they don't think they can because of the finances.
Okay.
So a lot of times when people come to me, they're getting their ducks in a row or finding out, can I even get a divorce? What happens with child support? What happens with spousal support? And a lot of them are basing it on, what their neighbor did or what happened to their mom 30 years ago, or even what their current, husband and or wife, I do have men as clients as well, is telling them, which it's probably, they're probably not telling you good information if it's your soon-to-be ex-spouse. So we clear up a lot of things that really aren't true, or it's just changed. The law changes all the time. And then when they're going through the divorce, what I see a lot is they think their attorney does everything. And yes, you can absolutely get a divorce just with an attorney, just with a mediator, just doing it on your own, which again, I don't recommend doing ever. Get some counsel. But again, the attorney doesn't know the finances, and they're not looking to have a malpractice lawsuit on their hands either. So, I'm registered. I'm able to talk about investment accounts. I'm able to talk about retirement. I can certainly talk about child support and spousal support. And there's a lot of back and forth.
Marriage is supposed to be secure. It's supposed to be happy. It's supposed to be for the rest of your life. And when you got married, that's what you planned on it being. Right. But then it stops. And then what's after? So when you work with these people, is that something that you discuss with them for their life goals or perhaps hobbies or careers that they weren't thinking about pursuing previously?
Yes, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I love discussing the most. So I don't have to discuss it with somebody, but the majority of the time we are discussing that, because it's a completely different life afterwards. Not just financially a different life, but you might be returning to work. You might be, needing a little bit of extra income for a while. So, a few people are popping in my head right now. Of course, they're not going to be named, but some of them have jobs. During the divorce, they've had a small job, let's say, and they're going to continue on with that. But they also have passions of small businesses that they've been doing. And what we do is we craft a plan where they're able to dedicate more time towards that small business for extra income. And that's part of what life is going to look like afterwards. I've had a few women that I worked with several years ago that they still have their regular full-time job, and they've launched full out side businesses that are probably going to be soon, now that I get to see all of this over the years, taking over, and they'll be quitting their other job. So I mean, it's just amazing, whether it's a stay-at-home mother or someone that's been working part-time or even full-time. We do different shifts for the career. And some of those hobbies actually become businesses, and now they're small business owners. What? I saw you a few years ago, and had all these bills, didn't know how to pay them because someone else took care of them, which is fine. That's how a marriage works. Someone does this, someone does that. And had no idea what you were doing. So we went from the very, very ground up to you're a business owner a few years later.
Wow. Jillian, thank you so much for taking this time for the Break Room Balladeer episode. Where can people find more about your services?
So I have a website, supportivedivorcesolutions.com. On there you can read a little bit about me, what the process is like. You can contact me from there for a 20-minute complimentary consultation.
So you've completely changed my perspective about this whole thing.
I hope in a good way.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Opens heavy and the pen drags dry. Deep breaths have only helped the bubble grow to this size. Is it better to burst or continue the hurt from inside? 'Cause there's no telling what's next and no way to check over the rise. But the past starts to fade as I close out the chapter. The present's a haze, and I don't know what's after. I step out in the sun, skeptical of the shine. I know I'm never alone, but still I want this path to be mine. I don't know the way and I already feel behind. What can I do in the light while I still have the time? And the past starts to fade as I close out the chapter. The present's a haze, and I don't know what's after. It's the same what's after as it was before, and we did okay back then. The worst voices say you think you got troubles now. Just wait till you see what lies round the bend. And I smile and say, let me tell you what's after. I can take this chance and make my loved ones proud and show every possibility. The worst failure fears can't hold me now, since I've already shaken free. So watch and let me show you what's after. I step out in the sun, excited by the shine. I know I'm never alone and that this path is mine. And the past starts to fade as I close out the chapter. The present's a